What if I told you I transformed a boring front yard into a stunning oasis without breaking the bank? From budget-friendly landscaping to smart planning, here's what I learned creating a small front yard makeover that changed everything. When I first looked at my front yard, all I saw was a patch of dying grass, cracked concrete, and wasted space. Hiring a landscape designer was out of the question, so I decided to create an affordable front yard design myself. I grabbed a notepad, took a few pictures, and started dreaming big on a tight budget. I broke down my needs: clean layout, simple landscaping ideas, and something low maintenance. I measured the space, noted sun exposure, and began visualizing how every inch could shine. I leaned into DIY front yard project videos and Pinterest boards. I wanted stylish budget landscaping that still felt warm, welcoming, and custom. The deeper I went, the more strategic I had to become. I researched low-cost yard makeover options like mulch beds, native plants, and gravel walkways. I drew sketches, reworked layouts, and made every square foot functional. I prioritized small yard garden design that didn't overwhelm the space. I found inexpensive landscaping ideas like using reclaimed wood for garden borders, and I grouped plants by water needs for easy care. I created zones for color, texture, and movement without sacrificing flow. It was about frugal landscaping ideas that didn't look cheap. The moment I stepped back from planting the final flower and saw the sunlight hit that path, I felt proud. My front yard transformation was finally real. It felt cohesive, calming, and custom. Neighbors slowed down to compliment it. I realized I didn't just save money, I had gained confidence. I turned limitations into creativity, and the result was a stunning yard makeover that made my house feel like home. And all of it? Built with creative front yard makeover choices, not a massive budget. This process taught me that you don't need a huge space or a huge budget for a beautiful result. Smart yard budgeting tips helped me avoid expensive mistakes. With careful planning, I reduced maintenance, used every inch wisely, and stayed within budget. I now have a minimalist front yard with vibrant personality and zero clutter. It's a space that reflects my values: affordable, intentional, and serene. This journey taught me that compact yard design can rival high-end landscaping when you lean into planning, passion, and patience. If you're dreaming of a stunning front yard but working with a tight budget, start with a plan. Use these DIY curb appeal ideas to unlock the full potential of your space. You've got this one step at a time. I had zero landscaping experience, but one weekend, a shovel, and a couple YouTube videos later, my DIY front yard project became a stunning yard makeover I never thought possible. When I first looked at my small, neglected yard, I felt overwhelmed. I didn't grow up gardening. I had never even owned a shovel. But after getting a few outrageous quotes from landscaping companies, I made a decision this would be my DIY front yard project. I wanted affordable front yard design and a low-cost yard makeover, but more than that, I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. I started reading budget landscaping tips and watched every front yard on a budget video I could find. I created a vision, something clean, compact, and colorful. That decision turned into action. My weekends transformed into design sessions, and the yard slowly became a canvas. The best part? I was learning something new every step of the way. I started with the basics: pulling weeds, measuring spaces, and planning paths. Then came the hands-on work. I built a brick path using recycled materials, crafted borders from reclaimed wood, and created a mulch bed that added depth and color. I chose inexpensive landscaping ideas like native plants that require less water. Every step became a DIY crash course. I learned how to propagate, mulch properly, and control drainage. Through every mistake and redo, I grew, both as a gardener and as a problem solver. This wasn't just a frugal landscaping idea, it was affordable DIY landscaping that built real skill. My confidence grew with every cut, pour, and plant. The turning point came one morning after a gentle rain. I stepped outside with my coffee and saw new blooms stretching toward the sun. Butterflies flitted through my garden, and the path I laid sparkled under dew. I stood there, realizing I hadn't just completed a before and after yard makeover, I had found a new part of myself. This wasn't just about curb appeal transformation. It was about discovering joy in the work, peace in the process, and pride in the result. The yard didn't just look better, it felt like mine. A creative front yard makeover built with sweat, soul, and self-belief. Landscaping gave me more than a gorgeous space. It gave me control, growth, and savings. I learned smart yard budgeting tips by avoiding unnecessary materials and investing time instead of money. Now, my small yard garden design is full of native plants that thrive with minimal effort. It reflects minimalist front yard ideas: clean lines, layered texture, and purpose in every element. I discovered that simple landscaping ideas are often the most elegant. This journey taught me that anyone, even without experience, can create a compact yard design that looks high-end and feels completely personal. If you've been dreaming of a yard you can be proud of, grab your gloves. Your hands, heart, and a little creativity can transform any space. Start small. Learn as you go. The magic? It's in the doing. Would you believe my favorite yard pieces came from clearance bins, curbside finds, and neighborhood swaps? This budget-friendly landscaping trick changed everything and saved me hundreds. When I started my DIY front yard project, I had a strict budget, and honestly, it felt like a roadblock at first. But that changed the moment I reframed my thinking. Instead of focusing on what I couldn't afford, I started hunting for hidden value. I made a rule: nothing comes into my yard unless it's beautiful, useful, or a serious bargain. That shift opened up a world of inexpensive landscaping ideas, and my creativity kicked into high gear. I explored small yard garden design options using recycled materials and planned a low-cost yard makeover with resale treasures and salvage supplies. I searched Facebook Marketplace, visited flea markets, and even checked the curb on bulk trash days. I found secondhand planters for pennies, snagged perennials on end-of-season clearance, and salvaged cracked tiles to build a unique mosaic border. A neighbor gave me leftover gravel, and I turned old shutters into decorative garden accents. These weren't just cheap front yard makeover tricks, they were fun, creative, and deeply satisfying. I used smart yard budgeting tips like negotiating prices and buying off-season to stretch my dollar even further. This process turned into a treasure hunt. Every piece had a story, and every section of my yard became a mosaic of affordable DIY landscaping wins. One day, as I stepped back and looked at everything, colorful planters, mosaic edging, and well-placed thrift finds, it hit me. This wasn't just a curb appeal transformation. This was a personal museum of creativity. People started stopping by, asking where I bought things. They were shocked when I said, "Oh, that? Curbside pickup. That one? Local swap meet." My stylish budget landscaping had fooled everyone. It looked curated, intentional, magazine-worthy, even. And that's when I knew limitations don't kill creativity. They sharpen it. And this front yard transformation? It was born from rethinking value. Budget shopping taught me how to see potential in what others discard. I found ways to save money and elevate my design. From community swaps to deep clearance sales, I sourced materials that were full of charm and character. I connected with neighbors, discovered local plant nurseries, and even bartered for supplies. My frugal landscaping ideas helped reduce waste and gave me access to unique, high-quality items that big-box stores can't offer. This experience taught me that a compact yard design built with intention and heart can outperform any high-priced install. It's not just cheaper, it's more meaningful. Don't underestimate the power of secondhand. Visit local markets, ask around, reuse materials, and build something unforgettable. Your dream affordable front yard design might be one bargain away. At first, I thought I needed more. More plants, more decor, more features, until I realized what my small yard really needed was room to breathe. When I first planned my affordable front yard design, I imagined a dreamy magazine spread, layered flower beds, water features, dramatic lighting. But reality and my wallet quickly intervened. With a small yard garden design, the trick isn't adding more. It's knowing when to stop. I stripped back to essentials, focusing on budget landscaping tips that emphasized flow, contrast, and serenity. I aimed for a front yard transformation that felt clean, open, and relaxing, without being boring. That's the power of simple landscaping ideas. I experimented with colors, heights, and layout. I used just 2 hardy shrubs for balance, created a curved stone path to draw the eye, and applied a minimalist layout to boost small space curb appeal. My affordable DIY landscaping strategy focused on clean lines and focal points. By removing excess garden decor and going with fewer, larger plants, I created visual rest. I reused gravel, simplified lighting, and allowed blank space to be part of the design. It felt like a personal curb appeal transformation, and I never spent more than $50 in one trip. One golden hour evening, I sat on my small front porch, tea in hand, and noticed the glow of light on my stone path, the shadows of the shrubs dancing on the wall. There was nothing excessive, just a few plants, some clean space, and quiet, and I felt proud. That's the moment my cheap front yard makeover clicked. I hadn't just improved a yard, I had created peace. A stylish budget landscaping solution that reflected clarity, not chaos. That night, I realized, simplicity wasn't a compromise, it was the reward. Here's what I learned from this minimalist front yard ideas journey. When you embrace simplicity, your space feels larger, calmer, and easier to maintain. A budget-friendly landscaping design saves money not just up front, but long-term: fewer plants to water, less clutter to clean, more time to enjoy. Every small decision I made, every DIY curb appeal idea, every smart yard budgeting tip led to a yard that works smarter, not harder. And best of all, it's unique. It doesn't just look good, it feels good. That's the beauty of affordable front yard design. You don't need a big budget or a fancy plan, just a willingness to simplify. Try one minimalist idea today and start your own stunning yard makeover.